Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Now when the new expansion arrives, Legion, most likely next year, they're going to bring in a new feature called Order Halls. And Order Halls are going to be a place where your class can specifically go. And when you arrive at your order halls, there looks like there's going to be various things to do there. Picking up quests, maybe doing stuff with your champions, interacting with other people of your same class. Also, you'll be able to deal with your artifact weapons there as well. But what it won't have is things like auction houses, banks, vendors, because they don't want you to stay any longer than is specifically required. They're not trying to turn it into any sort of neutral hub of that kind of variety. No, they just want it to be somewhere where your class can congregate. Now, we already know some, not all, but we already know some of the locations where these order halls are going to be. For example, Paladins. Your order hall is going to be underneath Light's Hope Chapel. Makes a lot of sense. Light's Hope is sacred ground. And if you were in Wrath of the Lich King, we had our first dealings between Tyrion and Arthas there. And Arthas actually had to scurry away. He knew that he could not defeat Tyrion on this sacred ground. So that was pretty darn cool. Makes a lot of sense. My beloved class, Warlocks, hells, we're not even going to be on the same planet. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. We are probably the most antisocial class with our teleporting here and zapping there. Yeah, mages might go, oh, we get portals. Yeah, but that's kind of like a social thing, really. Would you like a portal? Would you pay me for a portal? We're going to zap off-world. Yes, Warlocks are going to zap off-world for their order hall. We're going to go to some remnant of a planet that was destroyed by the Burning Legion, and that's where we're going to set up our hub. But I'm not here to discuss Paladins, and I'm not here to discuss Warlocks. I'm actually here to discuss another class altogether, and a class which, by the sounds of it, is having a bit of a tete-a-tete with Blizzard about where they want their order halls to be. Can you guess what it is yet? Yeah, I'm talking about rogues. You see, Blizzard have said that their initial idea, and I say initial idea because I believe they are listening to the rogue community here, but they said their initial idea for where they want the order hall for rogues to be is actually in the sewers of Dalaran. This is the revamped Dalaran, by the way. This isn't the Dalaran that we have in Wrath of the Lich King at the moment. No, when Dalaran comes to the Broken Isles in a new expansion, it's going to be slightly different. There's going to be a slight tweaking of where stuff is. There's going to be better resolutions, better graphics on it, and the underbelly, I'll probably use that as a joke in a little bit, the underbelly is going to be changed into the order hall for the rogues. Now, the logic behind this is Blizzard have said, due to the fact that Dalaran is also going to be the neutral faction hub in the next expansion, rogues are sneaky. They're thieves, they're master assassins, they're all of that kind of gubbins. It kind of made sense for them to be underneath the heart of a throbbing community. Think of Elder Scrolls Online games, or Elder Scrolls Online, just think of Elder Scrolls games, it doesn't have to be online. Whenever we deal with the Thieves Guild, they're underneath in the sewers. I think they're kind of going for that vibe, but it's always underneath a big, throbbing matron city. That's where it all, you know, where everything is going on, hustle and bustle above, but down below, ready for the pun, in the underbelly. Alright, okay, I blew the joke earlier. In the underbelly, we have this faction of rogues plotting and scheming. Now, to me, it logically makes sense. I understand why they want to do that. However, the vocal minority, and I say vocal minority because when people attach themselves to the forums, they are in the majority. They are in the minority, sorry. The majority of people do tend to just, like, shut up, keep quiet and not really give their opinion. But the vocal minority have said, look, we don't want to be in the sewers of Dalaran. Number one, sewers, ew. Look, just put that to one side. It's a fantasy game. Have some suspension of disbelief. Number two, they said that, you know, we're not just thieves, we're master assassins, we have pride, we're not just scouring in the shadows all the time. Now, you can understand that as well. So they want the order halls to actually be in the spiritual capital of the Rogue Empire, and I'm talking about Ravenholdt Manor. Yeah, this is the headquarters of the Assassin's League, and this definitely fits a lot more into how rogues would like themselves to be taken, as opposed to dingy, nasty little scummy thieves in a sewer. They are respected master assassins in a manor house. Not just any old manor house. This isn't exactly a manor house that is slap bang in the heart of a metropolis. No, it's well removed from any city, and you actually have to go through a little gauntlet into a section of mountains to get there. This is a hideaway, so it fits both criteria for the rogue. You still have your sneaky, out of the place environment, but once you've got there, you have the respectful nature of it too. So I get both arguments. I get why Blizzard would say, yeah, we want to put you in the sewers of Dalaran, but I also get why rogues themselves would say, no, put us in our spiritual home, as mentioned before. So instead of like debating this, and look, I will say though, if you put a gun to my head, I would most likely say Ravenholdt Manor. But I'm going to put this in your hands. So in the description box down below, I've created a straw poll. And I've put in a straw poll, where would you like to see your order hall as a rogue? Would you like to see it as Ravenholdt Manor, or would you like to see it as the sewers of Dalaran? Those for people who are absolutely, yes, I want yes this or yes that. Or if you don't care, there's also going to be option for, I don't mind where I'll end up. It won't really bother you anyway. So yeah, please put those answers into the straw poll, and I'll give another video a little later on, or announce them in the next video about how things have been going. Because it would be quite interesting to see, is it just the minority of people that want to see Ravenholdt? Or is it the majority of rogues that want to see Ravenholdt Manor as their order hall for the next expansion? So there we go. I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Those links are also in the description down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.